Hello everybody and welcome back to AnimeQuest, and today we're going to be kind of making some future predictions. If you might have heard, FUNimation just lost the rights to Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood as well as Darker Than Black, and everybody's basically saying that it's Aniplex. If you know, Aniplex has a hand in those two shows, and I'm not going to lie, as a collector and general watcher of anime, I'm a little bit scared of what's going on right now. Now, I know I just said Funimation lost the rights, and that's not technically true. They're losing them. The rights for Brotherhood, and also, oddly enough, Fullmetal Alchemist, the movie Conqueror of Shambhala, they both expire March 31st of 2016. That's the end of next month. It's kind of crazy that it's Brotherhood, which is the reboot series, and it's Conqueror of Shambhala, which is the sequel film to the original series. I think that's a weird lineup, but I guess it just all has to do with dates, the date of licensing, and whenever they got a hold of the license to begin with, some weird behind-the-scenes jazz. But I thought that's funny that the original series is remaining untouched, but the sequel movie is expiring, and the reboot series is expiring, but the sequel sort of quasi in the middle movie, Sacred Star of Milos or Milos or however you want to pronounce it, also isn't expiring. So it's a little weird, but that's not really what I'm here to talk about. I just thought about bringing that up anyways. Thought it was funny. Well, anyways, FMA is not the only license that Funimation has lost that Aniplex may be getting their hands on. It's also Darker Than Black as well, and not gonna lie, it's probably not going to end there. My thought is, now that Aniplex of America has Aniplex USA, they're probably going to try to get some of these hyper-popular shows out of some of these North American licensors' hands so that they can take them and sell them themselves. It's actually kind of a dick move when you think about it, because Funimation and or Sentai Filmworks or any North American licensing company that might have brought these products over here in the first place, they're the ones that kind of put the bulk of the resources for advertisement as well as things like English dubbing and localization. They put the bulk of the work in. They put the most investment in, and in my opinion, I feel like they deserve to keep these licenses. I don't think Funimation just let FMA go, because FMA is a big thing. As far as Darker Than Black goes, when I first heard about that one, I just thought to myself, maybe it just isn't doing very well anymore, so they're just gonna, let it go because they don't want to worry about paying the license and not recouping losses. But now that I hear it's FMA Brotherhood as well, FMA Brotherhood, Fullmetal Alchemist as a whole, that's a pretty big cash cow for Funimation. There's no way that they're just letting it go. They're just not being allowed to renew the license is what I think is going on here. And really, when you start to think about it, it all starts to make sense, because they just released that Darker Than Black Collector's Edition a little while ago, and they were releasing the Fullmetal Alchemist Collector's Edition, and they're probably going to do one for Brotherhood. Stock up while they still can, so they have stuff, so they can continue to sell Blu-rays and DVDs even after the license expires, because, as long as they've already printed them, I'm pretty sure they can still make money off of them. So it makes tons of sense. Business sense as to why they're doing that now all of a sudden. And you got to think, this isn't just going to stop with FMA and Darker Than Black. Let's see, what else does Funimation have their hands on that Aniplex also kind of has a hand in? I think Mushishi. So, and Aniplex has already grabbed the second season of Mushishi. Why wouldn't they wait it out and acquire the first season as well as Guilty Crown. And Guilty Crown's a pretty solid show in terms of popularity. You can argue its quality back and forth all you want, but the bottom line is the show's pretty popular, and it definitely has a presence here in the United States, so especially it being a Tetsuro Araki show and everything. And I don't think Funimation's the only one getting hit. Look at Sentai Filmworks for a second. Apart from things like X Boku Secret Service, Zammed Lost Memories, as well as Angel Beats, they just released a collector's edition for Persona 4 the animation. Now, if you don't know, Aniplex also has a stronghold on that. You see, Aniplex also has their name attached to Persona 4 the animation. They also just released and licensed Persona 4 Golden the animation. They have a Blu-ray and DVD release of it, and they also have the Blu-ray and DVD releases of Persona 3, the movies that are coming out for Persona 3. They have the license of that as well. So it's just kind of scary as a collector, because if you're an anime collector, you know how expensive Aniplex USA is. You know that if you want Fate Zero, you have to pay like $300 for the entire series of Fate Zero. It's crazy. It's like 2 to 3 times more, much more the money than you'd be paying for anything from Funimation or Sentai Filmworks. About 2 times more than you'd pay from NIS of America. And on the topic of NIS America, they also have Anohana. They're probably going to lose that. I know Aniplex has the films for Anohana licensed, but it's just a little scary when I think about it as a collector. Now, I know there's some pros to this too. First of all, we're going to get some solid DVD Blu-ray releases. Aniplex is really good with collector's editions and making these really nice releases. Unfortunately, they're too expensive. I don't even really own one of those nice sets from Aniplex. The only thing Aniplex that I own is the film Gyo Tokyo Fish Attack on DVD, and that's not even a super solid release. I bought that during the Right Stuff holiday sale for $20, and all it is a simple DVD release, subtitle only, no English dub, no Blu-ray. It's like usually $30 on Right Stuff, actually, so yeah, it's not exactly worth it. They kind of gouge in terms of prices, but that's their business model. That's how their business thrives. At least on the plus side, you can freely stream almost everything that they license on Crunchyroll, probably Daisuke, Neon Alley, if that's still a thing. I don't actually know if Neon Alley's still going. So yeah, there's a few pros and cons. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible when I look at this, but really it just kind of feels like a big dick move on their part. And on top of that, we're going to lose a lot of stuff that, used to be easy to purchase, cheaper to purchase at least. Now they're going to be at least 2-3 times more expensive if you know Aniplex prices. So, well, anyways, I just kind of wanted to give my take on this whole situation. This is what I basically think's going to happen going through the looking glass. We're going to lose a lot of stuff. I'm going to put all the titles about now that I think are probably either on their way out or, we already know some are already on their way out, like Darker Than Black and, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So it just kind of sucks. It really does. It's a somewhat sad, bittersweet bit of news that these companies are going to be losing the license to some of these, but, that's the business world in a nutshell. This has been AnimeQuest, and I will see you on the next Quest for Anime. See you later.